Angie's experience at Graceland started when she was 17. Her parents had relocated from Jacksonville to Memphis, and she was enrolled in Ridgeway High School. A school counselor once told her about a summer job at Graceland. Angie, being young and adventurous, thought it could be a good experience before going away to college. She applied to work as a tour guide with enthusiasm and a sense of adventure. What was an easy choice in the beginning became something that would define the direction of her life. What started out as a summer position soon escalated to something much bigger. Angie soon became deeply connected not just to the location itself, but also to Elvis's amazing history. She remained committed to the job and slowly became someone that Graceland trusted with significant responsibility. In the years she worked there, she moved from being an employee, she became a guardian of Elvis's belongings, memories, and lasting heritage. Angie now oversees a staff of 21 persons whose sole responsibility is to keep the archives and ensure that Graceland remains spotless. To them, dusting, storing, and cataloging objects are not routine chores. They are acts of love and dedication. Angie and her staff clean the house 3 times a week, not just for looks, but as a means of protecting its history. Each room, each chair, each rug is full of reminders of Elvis's presence. To the staff, the mansion itself is perhaps the finest treasure of all, but their duties run far beyond the walls of the main house. They maintain items showcased in the gift shops, museums, and nearby buildings. Every item, whether big or small, speaks about Elvis's life. Some are personal, like his jewelry, personal notes, or spectacular stage attires. Some appear common, like receipts or kitchen utensils, but speak volumes about Elvis's everyday life. Angie and her staff meticulously catalog, identify, and conserve each individual item so that nothing falls into the abyss. Elvis himself and his manager, Colonel Tom Parker, preserved an unbelievable number of items. Consequently, the archives now hold much more than just memories of a musical career. They paint a picture of the person behind the icon, what he thought, loved, and how he lived. For fans and academics, entering the archives is like entering Elvis's own world. Other great musicians have their own collections, of course. Bruce Springsteen in New Jersey and Lou Reed in New York, but Graceland is different. It is not just a space where things are put. It is an actual, real home, maintained just as it was when Elvis was alive. This reality is the reason Graceland is so special, and Angie feels it is why it is better than any other archive on Earth. Graceland is not merely a museum. It is a refuge in which Elvis once laughed, dreamed, composed songs, and spent time with those he loved most. That is the reason that Angie's position is so deeply significant. She is not merely conserving outdated possessions, she is keeping alive warm and lovely memories. Each guest who enters Graceland and gazes at the stunning stained glass, the iconic jumpsuits, or the quirky jungle room is brought closer to Elvis's history due to the relentless work of Angie and her staff. To her, the genuine worth of these items is not in the cost, but in what they represent. Even something as mundane as a scuffed wallet or a crumpled note tells us a great deal about Elvis as a human person. These ordinary objects enable us to view him not just as a phenomenal performer, but as a human being who lived a full and authentic life. Beneath the famous rooms is another dimension of Graceland's allure. Thousands of tourists visit annually, but few get to see the reality, the glistening living room, the notorious jungle room, or the sweeping staircase. The real magic, however, exists in the secret and personal rooms that no standard tour ever opens up. These private rooms retain whispers of joy, affection, and intimate moments shared exclusively with Elvis's inner circle. For Lisa Marie Presley, Graceland was more than a landmark or a sightseer's destination. It was home. As a child, she sped through the halls, racing up staircases and breaking into hidden rooms with the impunity of a childhood explorer. Unlike visitors who required tickets and escorts, Lisa had the run of the mansion as her own playground. Her life, there was a time of enchantment and discovery. To her, being Elvis's daughter wasn't about being famous. It was about being part of a house where she felt safe, free, and loved, far from cameras and flashing lights. Inside those walls, Lisa Marie was just a happy little girl with endless curiosity and big dreams. Among Graceland's greatest secrets is upstairs, an area steeped in mystery. Tourists are still prohibited from crossing the staircase, and the rooms on the top floor are locked in time, left just the way they were on the day Elvis died in 1977. Priscilla Presley and Lisa Marie alone were ever allowed inside after he died. Lisa once wrote of her father's bedroom with vivid detail, remembering the deep shag carpet, shocking many who thought it was red, but in reality wasn't, and the gold trim that glimmered against the walls. His huge black bed dominated the room, exuding Elvis's dramatic flair and panache. It was a sanctuary of quiet and sophistication, a private realm few ever saw. There are few photos of these rooms, but a few do exist, taken surreptitiously by Jeannie LME, a close friend of one of Elvis's past girlfriends. These few photos are among the only visual records of the private upstairs floor, maintaining its mystique even while the specifics dissolve into legend. But secrets of Graceland lie hidden beneath its mansion too. The basement, in contrast to the serious top floor, was a realm of noise, disorder, and sheer exhilaration. The pool room became known as the Chaos Room, where pool balls sailed, laughter echoed through the hours, and the air vibrated with mischief. Lisa Marie adored playing hide-and-seek in these subterranean rooms, and while trouble always ensued, it was always tempered in laughter and amusement. She would remember instances when Elvis would detonate a tear gas or laughing gas bomb just for the shock of it, making the room erupt with shrieks and laughter. To Lisa, the basement was never merely a basement. It was a playground where every day held promise of adventure. There was, of course, also the Jungle Room, a room that is now renowned but once was a mere part of Lisa's daily routine. With its green shag carpet and heavy wooden furniture, it was like a weird indoor forest. To others it appeared eccentric, but to Lisa and her family it was home and comfort. The Jungle Room was much more than an odd den. It was a room full of valuable memories. There was something wild about it, something free that reflected Elvis's own nature. For Lisa, this was a space where she could put aside the burden of her surname and simply be herself, laughing, playing, and basking in the uncomplicated pleasures of childhood. Not every memory within Graceland was raucous or rowdy, of course. Some were quiet, tender, and profoundly significant. In the estate annex, Elvis's most treasured items are on display: his wedding tuxedo, Priscilla's wedding dress, and Lisa's child's toys and cradle. These treasures don't merely speak of fame, but of a love between father and daughter, and of a family bond that extended way past the boundaries of public life. Anywhere in Graceland is a part of Lisa's soul. It was more than tinsel, gold, and splendor, for this was a home where secrets were shared, laughter erupted, and tender moments of affection lived. But even perhaps the most lasting enigma resides in the secret vault of Graceland. Rumors have circulated about this hidden room for decades, known only to a privileged few. While the sweeping halls that visitors marvel at are open to the public, the vault is off-limits to all but family and a very small circle of intimates. Even Oprah Winfrey was afforded special permission in 2010 during a private tour with her friend Gayle King. This tour was not like any other, intimate, private, and highly exclusive. Just as Oprah reached the vault, something bizarre happened. The cameras filming her visit were suddenly shut off. No shots of the door being opened, nor of the vault's specific location, were permitted. This extreme precaution only served to show how heavily protected the vault actually is. Built to withstand calamities like fires, earthquakes, and even tornadoes, it is one of the most secure places on the estate. To this day, its exact location is a closely guarded secret. When the cameras went back inside, strict procedures were followed. Each object in the vault had to be touched with gloves. The drawers and storage compartments were carefully labeled, each piece of art wrapped or sealed safely to preserve it. Among those objects stored, there were unusual and unreleased items in Elvis's life. Most dramatic were 88 of his legendary jumpsuits, lovingly folded and wrapped in tissue, exuding the flashy bravado of his iconic performances. Sparkling with rhinestones, sequins, and blinding patterns, these jumpsuits epitomized the stage presence of Elvis, freezing frames of enchantment that still hypnotize fans around the globe. Along with the jumpsuits, the vault included his legendary white suit with the cape, famously seen at his legendary 1973 Aloha from Hawaii show, a pioneering concert that became history's first live show broadcast live via satellite. Yet the vault included much more than show clothes. Personal belongings such as Elvis's original driver's license and heartfelt letters to his dear daughter Lisa Marie were also stored in the safe area. These personal items gave one a glimpse into the king of rock and roll's private life. The most emotional find inside the vault was a series of photos and home movies that captured loving moments between Elvis and his family. These photographs and films reminded everyone that beyond his legendary image, Elvis was also a loving family man and devoted father. Oprah was so moved by what she experienced while visiting that she came to realize the deep importance of these personal heirlooms. For her, the experience of entering into the Graceland Vault was not only a walk into the past, but also a powerful link to the timeless spirit of Elvis Presley. For fans, the idea of what is beyond the public spaces of Graceland only serves to enhance its appeal. Though the secrets of the vault might be lost to the majority, its presence is a stark reminder of the richness of Elvis's legacy. Graceland is not a house. It is a living record of the life, music, and lasting influence of the soul king of rock and roll. These hidden rooms and private vaults keep the spirit of Elvis Presley alive, making sure that his legacy will live on to impress future generations. The charm of Graceland goes far deeper than its iconic rooms and open tours. Secreted within its walls are hidden treasures and secrets that are only accessible to a privileged few, leaving the fans to speculate about what else is still hidden. Though the public might never know all of the secrets of the estate, what has come out of these secret places only adds to the intrigue surrounding Elvis Presley and the house he loved. As people stroll the halls of Graceland, they are not merely walking into a home, they are walking into a realm in which music, history, and legacy come together to keep the essence of Elvis alive forever. The enigmatic vaults of Graceland. Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll himself, might have died in 1977, but his aura lives on in the halls of his iconic abode, Graceland. Located at the very center of Memphis, Tennessee, this mansion is a magnet for fans across the globe, attracting over 600,000 visitors every year. But beneath the velvet ropes and scripted tours is a world of mystery and intrigue, the mysterious vaults of Graceland. Rumor has it that these vaults protect a treasure chest of items, ranging from personal belongings to unreleased recordings, honoring the essence of Elvis's life and career. The fascination with these secret rooms is not just in their contents, but also in the surrounding mystery. What are they hiding? What secrets lie hidden? For generations, legends and historians have speculated about the treasures hidden away in these vaults. Among them are said to be unreleased recordings, personal lyrics, love letters, and special photos caught unguarded moments of Elvis's private life. These treasures give us glimpses into the man behind the myth, revealing his desires, conflicts, and achievements.